Look at the exact gap between your body and your dog on the bed right now. You probably think they are just trying to cool down, get comfortable, or politely respect your personal space. But canine neuroscience reveals a much darker, instinctual reality. That empty space is not a choice of comfort. It is a strictly calculated tactical evacuation zone. When human beings fall asleep, we enter a paralyzed, unconscious state. We become completely defenseless dead weight. But a dog's primal brain never fully shuts down. They sleep in a state of active predatory vigilance. Your dog maintains that exact physical distance because their survival DNA knows that if a sudden threat enters the room in the dead of night, you will wake up thrashing, disoriented, and completely useless. They love you during the day, but in the dark, their instincts classify you as a tactical liability. Tonight, we decode the disturbing psychology of the distant sleeper. To understand the exact mathematics of this physical gap, we must strip away the romance of sharing a bed and look at the cold, hard biology of mammalian sleep. Human beings are monophasic sleepers. When you close your eyes, you plunge into a long, heavy cycle of REM sleep. During this phase, your brain actively paralyzes your major muscle groups to prevent you from acting out your dreams. You are entirely blind, deaf, and immobilized for hours at a time. You are essentially offline. But a dog's neurological wiring operates on a completely different frequency. They are polyphasic sleepers. Even when their eyes are closed and their breathing is slow, their sensory radar remains actively online. Their auditory cortex is continuously scanning the room for microfrequencies. Their olfactory system is monitoring microscopic changes in the air currents. Because of this, they can transition from a state of deep sleep to a fully mobilized, combat-ready stance in a fraction of a second. Now, imagine a sudden sharp noise in the middle of the night, a heavy footstep in the hallway, a door handle turning. Your dog registers the threat instantly, but they also register you. They know from observing you every single night that your reaction time is terrifyingly slow. When a deeply sleeping human is violently awakened by a threat, they do not wake up calculating and precise. They wake up in a blind, uncoordinated panic. They violently thrash their legs. They throw off the heavy blankets. They swing their arms in the dark. Your dog is not sleeping at the foot of the bed because they want a cooler spot on the mattress. They are calculating your thrash radius. They are deliberately positioning themselves just outside the strike zone of your limbs. In their primal brain, they know that if they need to execute a rapid tactical retreat, the greatest immediate danger to their physical safety is not the unseen intruder. It is being crushed, kicked, or trapped under the blankets by a panicking, disoriented human. They maintain that gap to ensure they do not become collateral damage to your lack of survival reflexes. Now let us decode the specific coordinates of where your dog chooses to lie down. This is what behavioral analysts call the nighttime threat map, and depending on where they position their body in relation to yours, they are silently diagnosing your level of incompetence. First, consider the dog that sleeps strictly at the foot of the bed, near the edge of the mattress. You've been told this means they are bravely protecting you, watching the bedroom door. That is a comforting lie. If an apex predator or an intruder breaches the room, your dog is not staying to fight a losing battle for an unconscious, uncoordinated human. They sleep at the foot of the bed because it provides the fastest, most unobstructed evacuation route. In their primal calculus, they are using you as a biological buffer. You are the roadblock. While the threat is delayed by dealing with you in the center of the bed, your dog has the exact head start they need to escape. Second, analyze the dog that sleeps on your mattress but completely turns their back to you. The romanticized myth claims they do this because they trust you to watch their blind spot, but canine neuroscience dictates the exact opposite. They turn their back to you to face the open room because they have absolutely zero faith in your ability to secure the perimeter. They are actively taking over the night watch. They know your sensory radar is completely offline, so they are forced to assume the alpha role of perimeter defense. And finally, the most misunderstood behavior of all, the tactical tether. This is when your dog sleeps at a distance but maintains one single point of physical contact with your body, a single paw resting on your calf or their spine pressed lightly against your ankle. This is not a cuddle. This is a sensory tripwire. By keeping one physical anchor point on your skin, their nervous system can monitor your micro-movements, your muscle tension, and your breathing. The exact second your muscles tense in sudden panic, that tether sends a shock wave directly to their primal brain. It wakes them up milliseconds before you even open your eyes, allowing them to evacuate before your thrash radius becomes a lethal danger to them. Your dog loves you in the daylight, but the moment the lights go out, their survival DNA strips you of your leadership. So, how do you override their survival DNA? How do you prove to their primal brain that you are not a tactical liability in the dark? You cannot force them to sleep closer to you. Dragging a hyper-vigilant dog into your thrash radius will only spike their cortisol levels and shatter whatever fragile trust remains. Instead, you must execute the Nightfall Realignment Protocol. In the canine world, leadership is established not by who provides the food, it is established by who secures the perimeter when visibility drops. When the sun goes down, your dog's biological anxiety naturally rises. This is when you must take command of the environment. Phase 1, the perimeter patrol. 15 minutes before you turn off the lights, don't just lazily crawl into your bed. You must conduct a physical, deliberate sweep of your territory. Walk to the front door, lock it and pause. Check the windows. Walk through the dark hallway with absolute purpose. Your dog will follow you, quietly observing your body language. You are proving to its sensory radar that you are actively assessing the environment for threats before entering a paralyzed sleep state. Phase 2, the stand-down signal. When you finally get into bed, you must give the ultimate biological command that the territory is secure. Do not look at your dog. Do not talk to them in a high-pitched baby voice. Lie down, settle into your position, and let out one long, deep, audible exhale. In canine psychology, a heavy sigh from the pack leader is the universal signal for a stand-down order. It tells their nervous system, I have checked the perimeter. There are 0 predators. You are relieved of your watch. Over time, as you repeat this protocol, you will notice that physical gap on the mattress begin to close, not because they are seeking warmth, but because they no longer view your sleep as a fatal vulnerability. If this intelligence completely shifted how you view your dog's behavior, hit the like button right now to confirm you are stepping up as the leader they desperately need. And to ensure you never miss another deep dive into the primal canine mind, secure your position in the pack.